Hello,
Hi.
I'm a visitor.
Are you?
Yes? Should I just sit anywhere I want to, or are there assigned seats?
There aren't any assigned seats.
Oh, good. I'll sit in the front if that's okay. Do people in the front get snack first?
Cornbread, what's going on? Why are you dressed like that?
How did you know it was me?
Well, your fur for one thing.
Oh, the lady at the check-in desk didn't seem to notice.
I guess she was concentrating on making sure no unauthorized people came back here. Maybe I should ask her to also be on the lookout for wild animals.
There's wild animals in here? Oh, we'd better hide. They could have rabies or sharp teeth.
I meant you.
Phew. I spent a long time on my disguise. I can't believe you recognize me.
Why are you wearing a disguise?
I thought if I fit in with all the kids, I could come to class. It sounds like so much fun when Beulah tells me about it.
Well, you're always welcome to join us, but you should get permission from your family, the Higgins.
Oh, I got permission this time.
Oh, good. So, where did all that hair come from?
It's one of Beulah's princess wigs, and this shirt is Billy's.
What about the reading glasses?
They belong to Billy and Beulah's grandma, Miss Pearline.
Well, you aren't exactly fitting in with the kids, Cornbread.
I'm not?
No! That shirt is the kind a soldier wears, and since you have to be 18 to join the military, it's not something a child would wear. Unless they're pretending to be a soldier.
Oh. Yeah, I haven't ever seen Billy wear this shirt to school.
Also, soldiers have to keep their hair really short, and those reading glasses with the chain aren't something a young person would wear.
Well, maybe I should take them off then. I'm starting to realize why Miss Pearline always says she feels dizzy.
Yes, here. Let me help you so you don't... Oh, there we go. Break them. You know, knit caps are usually only worn in the winter when it's cold outside.
Oh, I didn't realize there were so many people clothes rules.
Well, your long hair reminds me of someone we're going to learn about today.
Samson?
Oh, good job knowing that Samson had long hair. But no, we've already learned about him in a previous lesson. It's someone who was a family member of King David.
Goliath?
No, that was the Philistine giant that David fought when he was young. I'm talking about one of his sons. We're finishing our series on David today.
Oh, I missed it. I wonder if Billy's super smart friend Hezekiah could build me a time machine so I can go back in time and catch up.
Why don't I give you just a very quick summary?
Okay.
Let's see. As a teenager, David was selected by God to be the next king of Israel, even though a man named Saul was currently the king. Then, David was able to win the hearts of all the people in Israel when he defeated Goliath.
I don't know how he got the courage to fight a giant. I think I might have been a little bit scared.
Well, he trusted God to help him. Plus, he remembered how God had helped him kill a lion and a bear when he was taking care of his family's sheep.
Did you just say he killed a bear?
Oh, it wasn't nice like you. It was a bad bear that was trying to hurt the sheep that David was in charge of protecting.
Oh, okay.
After defeating the giant, David became so popular with the people that Saul became jealous and tried to get rid of David.
Oh, no.
David had to spend a few years hiding from Saul until King Saul and 3 of his sons died in a battle with the Philistines.
Oh, no.
Then David became the king.
Oh, good. Now I can relax and not have anything scary happening.
Well, there were a few things yet to come that could be called scary. For example, David and his men fought against 4 other giants who were related to Goliath.
Did David and his friends win?
Yes.
Oh, good. Maybe we could talk about something that's not scary.
Yes, let's start back at the time that David became king. First, he lived in a place called Hebron and ruled over only the southern part of Israel called Judah.
Beulah says we live in the southern part of the U.S.
Yes, that's right.
She says it's the best part, and people from other places sound funny when they talk.
Some people might say that she sounds funny, but let's get back to our story. While David was the king of Judah, he became the father to 6 sons.
6 sons? Wow, that's a lot. Bears usually just have 2 cubs.
Well, these weren't born all at the same time.
Oh.
David loved each of his children, but unfortunately, they didn't all love each other, or even David.
The Higgins all love each other and get along really good. Except when Billy and Beulah are arguing over the remote control. Or who gets to eat the last cookie. Or whose turn it is to have me sleep in their room. Or who has to sit next to Booger Ray in the car. They don't seem to like each other at all, now that I think about it.
Well, David's sons not liking each other caused a lot of problems for David, but we'll get to that in a few minutes. When David became the king over all of Israel, one of the first things he did was to bring the ark to Jerusalem.
My great-great-grandparents must have been on the ark.
I think you need to add thousands of more greats, but I'm not talking about Noah's Ark.
Oh.
The Ark of the Covenant was a large gold-covered box that the Israelites had made after they left Egypt. Many years earlier, it had been captured by the Philistines.
So David got it back from them?
No, the Philistines gave it back soon after they took it because God sent disasters on any town that had it. But then it had stayed at someone's house for a long time. David wanted to bring it to Jerusalem, but he made a big mistake.
Did God bring disasters on Jerusalem?
No, the ark belonged in Israel, so it wasn't a problem to move it to Jerusalem. It was how they moved it that was the issue.
How did they move it?
David brought 30,000 men with him and had the ark loaded on a cart, but along the way someone reached out and touched it and they died instantly.
Oh no, why?
Well, the ark was very special and no one was supposed to touch it.
How could anyone pick it up then?
There were metal loops at each corner and long gold-covered poles that fit into the loops. The ark was supposed to be lifted up by those sticks and only carried by a group of people who were from Moses' and Aaron's family.
There sure were a lot of rules, like for people clothes, like you don't wear knit caps in warm weather, and only elderly ladies wear reading glasses with a chain.
Well, those are more like what's normally done, but yes, there were definitely rules for the Ark of the Covenant.
Why was the ark so special?
Because it held the stone tablets on which God had written the 10 Commandments with his finger.
Oh.
And also, it had a lid called the mercy seat, which was an important part of the yearly sacrifice for sin before Jesus came and took our punishment for sin once and for all.
Did they get it moved to Jerusalem?
Eventually, David tried to move it again after 3 months, and this time he followed all the rules related to it. There was a big celebration that day, and as the ark was brought into the city, David danced before the Lord.
Oh, I like to dance. Can you play some music, Miss April?
Maybe later. When one of David's wives saw him dancing, she thought he looked embarrassing and undignified. This was Saul's daughter, Michal. She told David what she thought, and he reminded her that he'd been worshiping the Lord, and he didn't care what people thought about it. Michal never had children because of the way she had been so critical.
Oh, she didn't have any cubs?
Babies? No. David had many more children, though. The Bible lists 19 sons and 1 daughter in total.
How did he feed that many kids? Mommy Higgins is always saying that it's hard to make enough food every meal, and there's only her and Daddy Higgins and us 4 kids.
Well, David was the king, so he had plenty of resources. In fact, he searched for and found one more person to come eat at his table every day.
Who?
His best friend, Jonathan's son. David wanted to find a relative of his best friend and be good to him for Jonathan's sake.
What was his name?
Mephibosheth.
I'm not even going to try to pronounce that word. Why are people words so hard to say? Why couldn't Jonathan just name him something easy like rawr or Grrr.
Well, Mephibosheth is an unusual name, and it's hard for me to say too. His name in Hebrew means shame destroyer, but when David found him in a place called Lo-debar, he seemed to have a lot of shame.
Why?
Because he was crippled. He was just 5 years old when his grandfather, King Saul, and his father and uncles were all killed in battle. The lady who was taking care of him was afraid that whoever took over the throne would want to get rid of anyone who had the right to become king. Jonathan had been Saul's oldest son, so his son Mephibosheth should have been the next in line, but he was too young at the time.
Oh no, he was in danger?
Well, his nurse was afraid that he was, so she picked him up and ran with him.
Oh good, he couldn't run because he was crippled.
Well, he wasn't crippled until she dropped him.
Oh no!
That fall hurt both of his feet.
Couldn't they just do, what do you call that thing when doctors fix somebody?
Surgery?
Surgery, yes.
Well, back then there were no surgeons or x-rays to fix or see broken bones.
Oh, poor molasses.
Mephibosheth. Thankfully, David remembered his friendship to Jonathan and invited him to the palace. When David explained that he was giving him back all of the land that had belonged to King Saul and he would eat at David's table from then on, Mephibosheth asked why David would be kind to a dead dog like him.
Oh, he sounds really, what's the opposite of pride?
Humble?
He sounds really humble.
Well, there's a difference between humility and thinking you aren't valuable. Mephibosheth seemed to be in that second category. We shouldn't think we're better than others, but we should also realize that we are extremely loved and valued by God.
Oh.
Okay, let me tell you one more thing about David, and then we'll have our snack.
Oh, a snack. Let's hurry, Miss April.
David's third oldest son was very handsome, and his hair was very, very thick. He's the guy I was talking about earlier when I told you that your hair reminded me of someone in today's lesson.
What was his name?
Absalom. Every year he would cut his hair, and the part that was cut off would weigh 5 pounds.
Is that heavy?
Have you ever picked up a 2-liter bottle of soda?
Yes.
That's how much it weighed. That's a lot of hair.
Wow. I wonder why my fur only grows out just a little bit and then it doesn't get any longer.
Probably because it would get all tangled up under your feet when you tried to walk.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember how I said earlier that some of David's sons didn't get along with one another?
Uh-huh.
Well, one day Absalom invited all his brothers to a party.
Oh, that's a great way to start becoming friends.
It could have been, but he had ordered his servants to wait until his oldest brother had a lot of wine to drink and then attack him.
Oh no, was he okay?
No, he wasn't. So Absalom ran away to avoid being punished.
David must have been sad.
Yes, he lost 2 sons that day.
Yeah.
Even though David was upset with Absalom for the awful thing he'd done, he still loved Absalom and missed him. After 3 years, Joab, the commander of David's army, got David to agree to let Absalom return to Jerusalem.
Oh, now they can be one big happy family.
No. After Absalom had been back for 2 years, he still hadn't been allowed to see David, so he sent a message to Joab to help him. Joab ignored him, so he sent another message.
Sometimes Beulah isn't connected to the Wi-Fi and she misses some of her messages. Maybe that's what happened.
Well, there were no cell phones in Bible times. Absalom had sent a person to Joab who told him what the message was.
Oh, did he answer the second time?
Nope, he ignored him again, so Absalom told his servants to do something to destroy Joab's barley field.
What's barley?
It's a kind of grain that can be used to make bread or to feed horses and cows.
How did he destroy it?
That's not really important. What matters is that it was ruined.
Did he let a bunch of bugs loose? I don't like bugs.
No.
Did he go and step on all the plants?
No.
What could he have done?
Let's just keep going.
Oh, I really want to know what happened to that barley field.
Okay, you're not gonna like this.
I'm ready.
He told his servants to light it on fire. Cornbread?
He burned it? What about all the animals that lived in the field? The cute little field mice and all the insects.
I thought you didn't like bugs.
I don't, but I don't want them to get burned. And some of the sparks could have spread to the woods or people's houses. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil.
Oh, that reminds me. Do you know who wrote that psalm?
No? Who?
David. He wrote at least half of them.
He did?
Yes. Many of them were to praise God, but others were prayers to God, like when he was running from Saul. Still others contain prophecies about Jesus.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Getting back to our story, when Joab learned that his field had been burned, destroyed, he came to Absalom's house right away, which is exactly what Absalom had wanted. He asked Joab to help him get in to see David.
Did he help him?
Yes, and David forgave him.
Oh, now they can be a family that all gets along.
No. Absalom spent the next few years plotting against David.
What?
He would intercept people on the way to see David, and Absalom would become friends with them and make them think that David wasn't being a good king. He kept getting more and more people on his side. Finally, he went to Hebron and got everyone there to make him the new king.
What about David, his dad?
David was afraid that Absalom and the men who had joined him would come and attack the city of Jerusalem and hurt a lot of people. So he took his family, his servants, and 600 men and left the city. They escaped just before Absalom got there.
Oh, good.
David crossed over the Jordan River, and people who were still loyal to him brought him food and supplies, and others stayed behind in the palace and gave Absalom bad advice to help David.
Like what?
Well, one of Absalom's advisors suggested that he take 12,000 soldiers to go and chase after David while he was tired from running away. But David's friend, who had stayed behind as a spy, told Absalom that was a bad idea. He reminded him that David and his men were expert warriors and would fight like a bear that had been robbed of her cubs.
Oh, yes. Mommy bears don't like anyone to mess with their cubs.
Right. Absalom listened to this advice, and it gave David time to escape.
What happened next?
Eventually, Absalom brought an army to look for David, but there were thousands of soldiers who still wanted David to be the king, so they came to fight on David's side. As they were going out to fight, David asked everyone to not hurt Absalom. Even though he was doing wrong, David still loved him.
Did David's side win?
Yes. During the battle, Absalom was riding his mule under a tree, and his long, thick hair got caught in the branches. His mule kept walking and left Absalom dangling by his hair, which was all tangled up in the tree.
Oh, he should have gotten one of those big haircuts first.
He certainly should have. This is precisely why soldiers today don't keep their hair long, because it can get caught or grabbed by an enemy.
Did they capture him and take him to David?
No, when Joab, the army commander, heard what had happened, he disregarded what David had said about showing mercy.
Oh, no.
Even though David could now return safely to Jerusalem and continue being the king, he was very sad about losing his son.
Oh.
If Absalom had done what was right, he might have become the king after David passed away, but instead he was greedy and impatient.
Greed and impatience are awful. Is it snack time now? And can I have two?
It's almost time. I was just going to point out that David wrote Psalm 3 as he was fleeing from Absalom.
Does it talk about not being afraid?
Yes. Verse 6 says, I will not be afraid of 10,000s of people who have set themselves against me all around. And verse 3 says, But you, O Lord, are a shield for me, my glory and the one who lifts up my head.
Oh, that's nice.
Even when things were at their worst for David, he always put his trust in God.
I'm gonna ask Beulah to read me some more of the Psalms.
It's just Psalms. The P is silent.
Then why is there a P at the beginning of the word?
I'm not sure. English can be tricky.
Yeah, I think everyone should just speak bear. Now is it snack time? I have to hurry back and hide, get into the car.
I thought you said you had permission to be here today.
Well, Booger Ray said it was okay.
Does Booger Ray usually get to make important decisions like that?
No, he doesn't even get to pick out the clothes he's going to wear.
Well, then you should get permission from Mr. or Mrs. Higgins next time.
Okay, what's for snack?
Cookies. I'll give you some in a bag and you can take them with you.
Okay, will you please help me take this long wig off? We're parked under a tree.
Yes, okay. Here we go.
Oh, thank you. I don't want it to get caught in any of the branches. I didn't realize trees were so scary.
You're welcome. Go wash your hands. Pause, and I'll fix your snack bag.
Okay.